Like, my mom was just telling me the other day, she's like, have you seen The Last of Us? I'm like, what the fuck?
You know who you're talking to,
telling
man.
me that? I beat the game on hard.
Welcome back, you shitheads. It's been so long. I feel like I haven't seen you in years, or at least since last year.
It has been a minute.
That was the first joke of the year.
It's not going to be the last.
I'm going to be your host today. My name is Danny.
Oh, man, we're already going around the room. My name's Justin.
I'm Perkins. Happy New Year's. Oh, my God.
That was weird.
He turned into
Voice went so high.
cartoon
What's up, y'all? It's the comic guy, Fabian.
I'm Crystal.
I'm Alex.
All right, guys. Yeah, it's been. I feel like I haven't seen y'all in ages.
No.
How was y'all's New Year and Christmas and holiday? Was it good?
Lit. Food.
Wow.
Yeah, man, you went to, like, Korea or something, right?
I did go to
Or
Korea.
something.
Hell yeah.
Or something, you know.
Yeah.
Just casually
Everybody
wanted to
say
let him
congrats
throw
in the
that out
chat.
Do not.
there. Congratulations
got
on your
married.
recent marriage.
Yeah, apparently, I just got married, even though I've been married for 10 years. According to Instagram and people, I thought they knew me. You fakes, you liars. I'm playing. I love y'all, but for real though,
No, he doesn't.
I know y'all asked. Anyways, yeah, it was great.
Awesome. Did you guys get to like watch any good nerd shit type stuff?
Did we talk about the Christmas special?
Oh, yeah.
The Guardians
The
of the
Guardians?
Galaxy
No, we didn't.
Christmas
I love
special.
that.
No,
That is all like instantly going to be something I want to watch yearly.
The Christmas classic.
love-
Yeah,
that.
the first song where they were like trying to explain Christmas
It's all the
poorly
opposite
and
of
all
what
that.
Christmas is.
Yeah.
How awful it is.
Yeah.
That was fucking funny.
It's like robbing people and
I just love how that Kevin Bacon thing is always going to be a
Oh,
thing.
yeah.
So.
Yeah, it was very I don't know, because they led with the two characters that you wouldn't expect as like the lead characters.
Yeah.
And
I mean, they dropped a fucking bombshell at the end of it too.
oh
They
yeah,
did.
that they did. I forgot about that. Spoiler alert, but Mantis and Star-Lord are siblings.
brother and
Yeah.
sister.
Mhm.
Well, but they
Dun,
said that
dun,
at the
dun,
beginning of the
dun.
episode.
Yeah,
Well,
but
at
if
the
you didn't watch the
beginning, I think
episode,
that she tells
Drax.
but he does like Star-Lord doesn't find out to the very end of it.
But you are right. They did technically give it
Yeah.
away right. at the
That's why I was
beginning.
like, bombshell at the end.
Yeah.
What is the bombshell at the end? I was like,
They like touched it and then they were like Kevin Bacon and like, oh, by the way, in case you forgot.
Got some linebacker Groot.
It'll make the death much more
Damn, why do you keep doing this?
stop.
Just breaking my heart.
impactful.
Even go home.
I also really liked when they were just like, actors are terrible. They're the worst people you could
they're
ever
all
think of. They were just like roasting them the whole time, but also they're actors, so it's very meta of them. Like just be like, we suck. We're the worst people.
We know what we
Yeah.
did.
Yeah.
I love how they stole the elf. Like, I don't know why, but him stealing that elf and just being like super excited
Yeah.
about the elf was like, I was here for it.
One show I was really excited about that came back was Doom Patrol. I don't know.
Yeah.
Oh,
What?
yeah.
Yeah, Doom Patrol,
yeah.
the newest season is
I
back.
finally
I didn't even
started
know there
it.
was a fucking new season. Now
Yeah,
I'm gonna
it
watch
was
Not
so
seen that.
good. It's I
Yeah.
think right now it's on the because I think they did it with Titans also where they do like a mid-season kind of situation where like I think they release about 6 episodes and they go on a
Winter
few,
break.
yeah,
or
like a
something.
few week break
What?
and then they come back with new episodes. So they're on. So right now there's like about 6 episodes
When
of
did
Doom
they
Patrol.
release it?
It was
What
like
the
the
fuck?
first week of December, I think.
Wow,
Yeah.
I am a failure.
We
I did
watch a
not
lot
know.
of weird primetime TV like 911 and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Winter breaks are super popular. I think it's honestly because of things like the football, like the Super Bowl and stuff like that. They break until after that because they know ratings are going to be all over the place. You
Yeah.
kind of give it a little bit of a break so it
Yeah,
can
for
come back strong.
I don't know about theirs though. I feel like they don't usually take breaks that long, but what's her name? Angela Bassett is in 911 and that bitch has been fucking killing it at
Yeah.
award shows right now.
She won a
Yeah.
Grammy, I think,
Yeah.
right?
I think they said she's like the
A
only
Grammy.
Or
Nah,
it-
that's
well,
definitely- I was
yeah,
like-
I'm
Something like
sorry.
that.
I was like,
I
did
get
she
all
put
those.
something out?
I get all those awards
my
wrong,
God.
but an Emmy or an Oscar, whatever.
Uh,
she's-
I-
Oscar.
she got a Golden Globe.
that's
Golden
the
Globe.
one.
She got a
Oh.
Golden Globe for Best Supporting Actress.
Yeah,
I
but they were
think.
saying she's like the only person from like our Marvel like
Really?
movie or
Yeah,
something. to,
Really?
like,
Marvel movies
won
and
it for a
superhero
Marvel
movies in
movie.
general tend to get kind of snubbed for awards because they've created like a subgenre where they're not taking it seriously. So
Yeah.
the acting in it isn't necessarily like considered to be like up to snuff.
Good acting, but good acting
Yeah.
from like
Yeah, sorry, I mixed up my awards. I don't know the music awards from the. They could all be MTV awards.
I was like
and-
imagining
She got a
her,
Tony
like,
Award.
as an artist. I was like, ooh, I wonder what like kind of music
She'd
she
probably
got.
fuck-
she would
fucking
have
kill it,
angry
like-
rap.
Yeah.
Y'all don't realize this, but very angry rap.
The only one I got to see from that one, I think it's Brendan Fraser's acceptance
His
speech.
speech was
oh my gosh.
heartbreaking.
Yeah, if you guys haven't
It
seen
was
that,
so
watch
good. It was
it.
about just getting a
Didn't
chance.
see
Yeah,
Oh.
He was
He's, like,
emotional.
breaking
Everybody was
down.
emotional.
Same thing with
I was watching it. I was breaking down. I was
Yeah.
like, oh my God.
Did you ever watch The Goonies?
Mm-mm.
All right, so
Oh,
I didn't watch it,
yeah,
but I know who you're talking about right now.
Data, he was in
Indiana Jones.
Indiana Jones.
yeah.
I did see his.
Yeah,
speech,
his accepted speech, like he took a big break from acting, didn't know if he wanted to do it again, and they gave him a shot with the
Yeah.
movie Everything,
Yeah.
Everywhere,
Everything-
All at
yeah,
Once.
mhm.
Dude,
Yeah.
that movie was
And
crazy as
he did
fuck.
such a good job, and he won an award. And his accepted speech made me cry because it
What
was
is
just like
that
I wanted
movie?
another shot.
I
They
like-
got sausage finger
I've-
people.
It's
I was gonna say
So-
I've heard of it, but I don't know anything about
do
it. But I
this
have
with
seen
the
that a bunch of people have like won awards for it.
it's just
recently.
like the
Fucking
world
weird.
is crumbling because of one particular thing in general, and it's like a multiverse thing where it's like quite literally everything,
Watch it.
everywhere.
A lot of people are
can
saying it's a
happen.
better multiverse movie than Doctor Strange.
They
was.
did a good
Oh,
job
wow.
with the multiverse. They
It
did
was
some
a
weird
confusing
shit.
ass movie.
No,
I need to watch
it
it.
wasn't that. It was fucking
what's it on?
weird.
It's
Oh,
on Showtime,
yeah, I was
actually.
about
I
to say,
just saw that it was on Showtime, so I want to watch it really
Dude,
bad.
the fingers. You're gonna know what I'm talking about with the fingers.
Yeah.
This scene right here, look.
Fingers.
Oh, like that is sexual.
Now we got to edit wieners.
It's weird.
Fucking-
And it's finger. That's like I'm sorry. That's the one thing I remember about that
No,
movie.
that was a really
there was so
weird-
much good acting in it, and there was random fucking fight scenes, but the fingers were
The
so
fight scenes
weird.
were so good though.
Dude, they were.
Yeah.
It was like fucking epic. But the fingers.
You know what movie kind of that reminded me of for some reason, just because of the fight scenes and how good it was? Did y'all watch Bullet Train?
oh
Yes,
yeah.
we
we
just
did.
watched
It was
that.
so
Bullet
good.
Bullet Train
So
was such a good
good.
movie. It's on
Yeah.
Netflix now,
That was
but
so
Yeah.
good.
I've been meaning
man, I wanted to go
watch
to
that.
theaters and watch it, but
Like,
I
it was
didn't. And
way better than I thought it was.
So
gonna
much
Oh my
fun.
god, same.
I-
I was like,
Yeah.
I'm so tired of watching action movies. I don't want to watch this.
It was
And
kind of
then
a
watched it,
goofy,
I was
fun action
sucked
movie,
in.
though.
Is that the
Yeah.
one where someone
Fun.
got stabbed in the neck with a needle? I've been seeing
I
that
believe
scene a lot.
so.
I can't remember.
He got poisoned and then he took her.
Oh
Yeah.
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 Oh,
yeah.
yes. Yeah, yeah,
that
yeah,
was-
See, I need to watch it because I've been seeing. I saw that scene so many times. Like, man, that sucks.
A lot
you
of
died
the-
a horrible
So
way.
cool.
Yeah.
A lot of the dialogue, specifically like Lemon and Tangerine, makes that movie like them
Yeah.
talking
There's a lot
back
of
and
comedy
forth.
in it.
Yeah,
It's just like a whole like full circle, and when you get to that end part, you're like, oh fuck, that's fucking brilliant. dude.
Yeah.
It was.
And
Good.
everything's connected, and that's
Yeah.
actually like the theme of the movie itself is that you
Yeah.
can't, fate has already decided what's gonna happen to everyone, and it's so good how like
And the whole lineup, like all the actors are
There's
amazing.
so many
Great
good
actors.
in it.
and
Yeah.
the
What did-
actors you get treated to at the end of it, you didn't
Yes.
expect to be there.
Sandra Bullock.
Y'all fucking
Sandra
with
Bullock, when they
the.
got me, I was
Bullock.
like, oh shit, I didn't
What
know
is
that.
We're in the beginning, you're like, whose voice is that?
Yeah.
We're trying to figure it
Y'all
out.
mess with HBO Max. Well, I'm not talking about the one show we're going to talk about, but there is a show on there because I dived in. I haven't been messing with HBO Max, and I only got it because of The Last of Us,
Oh,
which
yeah.
we're going to get to.
Oh, yeah,
Yeah.
well.
But I went down a serious route. And I was like, I went into and watched. It's called Chernobyl.
oh
That
is a great show.
I thought it was
Never
going
saw
to
it, but
be.
wanted to.
I was going into because it's HBO fucking Max. I was like, okay, they're gonna be like some radioactive zombies and shit. I was like, cool. I was so wrong. They are talking about the actual event and it's fucked up. I didn't realize how bad radiation was to people.
Did the Hulk teach you nothing?
Dude,
right.
no, they go into
great
like the
'cause it's all
realistic
real.
aspect. People are literally like
Yeah.
melting and shit, like
Yeah.
burnt.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah,
They
it's all
heal
like-
up like, oh, we're getting better. No, what's to come after that is you're gonna die a slow, horrible death, and your fucking veins can't even be injected with morphine, so you're just literally melting away.
Damn.
And you
Real
have to-
life
Look at
shit.
history of just like
No.
how we bombed like Japan, like
No.
all the aftermath of all that was all radiation. poisoning, and
Godzilla.
it fucked people up. Yeah. Okay.
Like it was fucking,
See
it was
that
sad.
episode.
Like it was
Yeah.
one of the saddest like dark shows I've seen because it was just realistic. Like, they took the actual shit that happened, like how people try to cover it up. They had kids and shit, like just living normal lives, going to school. And sorry to get into the depressing shit. It wasn't a show I thought was gonna be depressing, But good God, like when you figure out like the country itself was like, we don't need people to know about this. It's
Yeah.
okay. This is
Yeah.
okay. We don't need to. No, people were dying and generations of people were just fucked.
Well, on top of that, it almost affected the entire world. Like if there was like I don't remember the exact situation, but someone had to swim in radioactive water and release something to keep it from exploding,
Dude,
and
they
it would have destroyed the earth essentially if
Damn.
it would have like
Jesus
exploded. Yeah.
Wow.
It like the shit would have had to go into radioactive water. They had people and they knew that they were gonna die like after doing this. Like you go into this and you touch this water, you're dead. Even if you were far away from it, you already fucked for life because you were.
And they were wearing
cancer
like those suits too. Like the suits weren't gonna help them in their
all.
situation at all.
at all. And there's people going in there like they did their people wrong. Like some of the saviors, they had to go build. They had to go underneath the core. They had to dig out all this earth by hand so they
Damn.
could put a machine that would cool it down per se. They asked, "Hey, are we going to get anything? Will our families be taken care of?" And then the country, the officials, like the fucking military, were like, "We don't know." They basically told them, "Fuck no."
They're
You're not
like,
getting
maybe.
anything. Like and they died. Those people died. They were underneath the core, and they knew they were gonna die. They did it just to help their fellow man. When the fucking
Yeah.
country itself was like, "Fuck all of y'all. You're gonna die and do this because it's fucking Russia." Like it was
That
bad, dude.
reminds me of and this is probably something to talk about more in this sports episode, but that fucking guy who like was like maybe gonna die from the football team happened recently.
Oh, the
Oh.
heart that like got hit
Yes.
so hard and stopped his heart or something.
I fucking learned that the NFL was not gonna do shit for his family if he died. Like once you are not anything to them, they're like, well,
They weren't
your
gonna
health
cover
insurance
anything?
isn't.
Wild.
Yeah,
Like
isn't
I,
that crazy?
it kind of makes sense to me, but also like if he did die, that everyone would have like helped.
I mean, yeah,
But
there
like
that's
they would.
like the saddest shit. Though.
It is
like,
really
yeah.
sad, but like
I feel like if and again this is a rant probably for the sports episode, but like if you're gonna ask people to come and like literally risk their lives, it sounds stupid because like it's football, but you risk injury every single time you go onto the field, and you're not gonna like fucking back them up with like a really good insurance plan and like their
I
family.
I
If
feel
something
like-
happens.
Yeah, have
I can
insurance?
understand where you're at with that, but they
Yeah.
also make the money to have health insurance.
I was gonna say they
You
get
have
the
that?
best
millions of
medical
dollars.
stuff in the world. Like
Yeah, but
I-
like if he had died, NFL's like, well, fuck your family.
yeah, that's conjecture because you don't actually know that's what would have happened though.
But if he had, the NFL doesn't give a shit about
you
his
don't
family.
know that's what would have happened.
Was it
though.
said out
You're-
loud?
His package
But
with
just
the
like
NFL meant
so, it,
after
having said that,
no
though, his
support.
his package also said that if he was placed on IR, he got half his salary, and they're paying him his full salary regardless.
well,
Things
that's
can be amended
nice,
and changed.
but like
I'm just-
what I'm saying is
Like they would have made
Like,
special like accommodations
Technically and
for
rule
it.
wise, it would have said
Yes.
that he's entitled to nothing.
exactly, which is fucking insane to
well,
me.
this
Like,
is also the same organization that like people are getting concussions and like
Yeah.
they're just now kind of being
We did Google it.
hesitant with it.
There's only been one person who has actually died on the field while playing football, and it was back in like 1950. And
Jesus.
the guy had like a previous like heart condition and went out there and had a heart attack and died on the field. Like
That-
they
Jesus.
died on the field. They had like people come out and get him, put him on a stretcher, take him out. They continued the game and then came back afterwards like, oh yeah, he died. I was
Wild.
like, what the hell? Like that's fucking
Casual.
crazy. So, I I would hope that knowing like how big the NFL is, that they would kind of step up
Yeah.
eventually and be like, no, like that's something serious. Like let's fucking
It's
do what we can
like
to save
nice
him.
that they were like,
Or
oh, we'll
take
pay
care
you
of his family.
full or whatever.
but I think
it's
that was a
like,
team.
It's not
I think that was a
guaranteeing
team.
you know what I mean? Like, I don't know. I found that out and I was like, I
Well,
cannot believe this shit.
No, I can understand where you're coming from.
Yeah.
I just feel like statistically, if one person in the almost 100 years it's existed has died, then maybe it's one of those, it's a bridge they cross when they get there.
Yeah, it's-
I feel like it shouldn't be a bridge they cross when they get there, though. Like, I
You're saying,
feel
there should
like,
be a clause that they already have like in there. Like,
Yeah.
if you
No,
die, like,
I understand that. And again,
Yeah.
I'm not getting paid by them to defend them, so I have
Yeah.
no idea.
well, that's what I'm just saying. Like, that's how I feel about it. And I just was like, this is insane. Like, I can't believe
Yeah.
that before we knew he was better, like, I learned about that. I was like, he could literally die, and the NFL would be like, we'll help if we wanna. Maybe. I don't know.
I wonder if they have like, you know, like your regular jobs, like they depending on like what you do, like they have it where you can like buy it's like your life insurance policy, like you can buy life insurance.
I'm
and
sure
stuff,
they
so
do. Like
Yeah.
I
you,
wonder if they have like something that helps with that.
Surely he was smart enough to do that. I heard about that and I was like,
Yeah.
what the fuck? But anyway, that's what that made me think.
No, no, yeah.
You're good. Hey,
No,
you're
you're right.
fine.
That's a big thing, and you're right. We could probably even bring that back up in the sports episode.
We
But
don't
it,
have
that was a huge happening when
That
that
was
took
crazy.
place. Like,
Intense as shit. So yeah,
yeah, that
I definitely want to talk about
Oof.
that later.
it's funny
What?
that you thought that the Chernobyl show was going to be like zombies and stuff because they are actually the people that are behind the show.
Last of Us.
Last
right?
of Us.
Yeah.
Are they? You
Yeah,
serious?
they're the ones.
Really?
Yeah, they're the ones that did the show.
Wow.
It's because of Chernobyl that a lot of people had faith in the adaptation of Last of Us because they were like, look, they killed it with this show.
Yeah.
You know, I thought
Like-
that's why you were bringing it up. I was like, yeah, well,
Great transition.
Wow.
Let's talk about the last one.
I did not know, but now, let's just edit that part out. Of course I knew about that. You know what I'm saying? No, that's fucking awesome.
That's so cool.
What the fuck?
Did y'all play the game?
Oh,
yeah, hell yeah.
You guys did? Okay,
Naughty Dog,
I have an
right?
X.
duh. Are we getting into
What?
this?
I have
feel
an
like-
Xbox, so I did not
I
get
feel
to
like we
play.
should
For
just go ahead and
sure.
Yeah,
talk
we can
about
talk
it. We're
about it.
here.
Right
Bet.
after
I'm
Crunchman.
telling
But
you
as of
now,
right now,
Right
only
after
one
Crunchman.
episode of Last
My
of Us has come out.
I want y'all
So,
to know, I
like-
cried.
As of our recording this, we have only got to watch one episode.
One
Yeah,
episode,
so this is
But-
our view
Yeah.
from just one
The
episode.
initial reactions, you're right. I cried. I knew it was going to happen, and I couldn't
dude.
fucking
Oh
stop
my god,
it.
yeah,
Like,
same.
I cried. I tried to stop myself because Jill was right by me. She was like, "Are you okay?" And I was like, it was right when she's died, and it sounds. I'm thinking about it again. Stop. The voice, the acting when she got fucking shot.
Oh,
I was
man.
like, no,
Oh
not
my
again.
God.
and they did such a good job. Like, they recreated her clothes exactly. Like, if you watch
Yeah.
like a one-off from the game, she's wearing the exact same shirt.
Yeah.
Everything
Shots
looks
are
good.
fucking
Even
intense.
when they're in the truck driving through
The
Austin,
scene.
I
it
did see
looks
those,
just like the
comparisons.
video game.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's pretty crazy.
Dude,
Yeah.
everything, the fire, the
Yep.
house on fire, like he's talking
Yeah.
about. The only thing they added that was cool to me was the fucking plane because that
Oh,
caught me
yeah.
off guard. I was like, oh
Dude, that was
shit! And then
Oh,
that-
yeah.
the car accident happened. Like the sense of dread
That-
and fucking insanity.
That brought it back. Like I was like, oh shit, they don't have a budget. This is an HBO show.
Yeah.
Like, oh fuck.
Well, and you
Okay.
did like so from.
Wait, you don't think HBO has a budget?
I feel like HBO's
Sometimes.
just
I don't
out
know.
there
I've
living
seen a
their
lot of
best
shows
life.
where-
Have you seen Game of Thrones?
fair.
Well, I mean,
That's
no,
fair.
they don't have a budget. They don't have a budget. Like,
when they don't
I think
have
what
one.
he's trying
Oh,
to
like,
say
are
is,
you saying they don't have a
there's
limit?
No limit.
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah,
okay,
but they
gotcha,
just give
gotcha.
them a
Okay,
blank
I thought you
check
were
and they're
saying,
like,
like-
you go for it.
They're
no,
like-
no.
Okay, I thought you meant like they don't have money to do cool shit.
Like,
Because
they
I was
have
like,
all
they
the
got
money.
money.
Opposite
When I
side
saw
of
the
that. Too much
airplane, I was
money.
like, oh
Dude,
yeah.
no, the
Yeah.
opening
yeah.
to the first episode was so well done when they were having the talk
Yeah,
show.
that talk was scary.
Oh, yeah.
because it made it so like it set up such a
Fucking-
real sense of like, shit, that could happen.
Did y'all know about the ant stuff?
yes.
Mhm.
Yes.
Like that shit is
Yeah.
real.
Yeah.
Like
What?
The like
the
zombie ant,
That's a
effectively.
real fucking
Oh
fungus.
yeah, no.
yeah,
actually,
the fungus
shit.
that actually takes over ants is real.
I watched so many
Justin watches
animal
so
documentaries that
many.
I 100%. I was like, that's a thing. I know. that.
Yeah.
There's so many times he's like, I don't know what I want to watch. You know what? I'm just really tired. We should go to bed. Let me put this documentary on for the next like 2 hours.
And then I proceed to
Thought we
watch
were
the
going to
entire
And you're
bed.
just
thing.
like you're laying in bed like this, like
You want to know about the zombie ants? I got you.
Oh.
Just
Yeah.
imagine that world. Though, like me thinking about it, I was like, would I survive? We're all fucked. Like, unless you're immune like that one chick was. But it's like, it's
Oh, yeah.
so
I was
scary.
also like, would I want to be alive in that? Probably not.
That's fair, too. The
Yeah.
doggos were good. It seemed like
I was
the
like,
dogs
why are
were
they fighting
infected.
so hard to be alive? This place
I
sucks.
think it's just like natural like instinct because like
Yeah.
your fight or flight like reflex like kicks in and some people are
Yeah.
gonna just like freak the fuck out and
I'm fighting, bro.
Well, it
because-
was
die because
cool
they've been
because
murdered.
yeah.
it was cool
Turn
because
zombies
the
and shit.
like the subtle ways that they like showed why they didn't get infected. So they were talking about it, I think, on the news or something, saying that there's-
grain.
the grain is what got people infected. So like anything with gluten and stuff was what was infecting people. And in the beginning, they didn't eat
That makes a lot of
pancakes
sense, y'all.
because they
cookies.
didn't have flour. They didn't
They
didn't
didn't
eat the
cookies.
cookies because they had raisins in it. And then he
weird.
forgot
I didn't
forgot
realize
his
that.
birthday cake.
Yep.
Yeah.
Dude, no,
Had
no,
any
at
of
the-
have any of those things happened? Like if they ate any of those things,
I did
they would have been
not
infected in the beginning.
That's crazy.
The
Yeah.
classroom too. The classroom, you can see one of the children. Somebody's acting weird, and that's why they show you the classroom. One of the kids, I don't remember if he was eating something or acting funny, but you already see signs of it happening at the school. But
Yeah.
it's very fucking
Oh,
subtle.
and then
Yeah.
also, he Pedro Pascal said in the beginning, like he's on Atkins diet, so he's kind of like on a keto type diet. So like,
Yeah.
so he doesn't even.
Oh my god.
So like, there's a lot of like
Those
little subtle
small-
things that were
yeah.
saying like that showed like why they were
That's
not
fucking brilliant.
initially
Like, that's
affected.
so
And I
good.
feel like that stuff you got in the game as the story progressed, but it didn't actually give it to you. Where in the show they
Right.
have to like
It's all
those
story.
NPC conversations you have to have.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
they're all real characters, so you got to see all of that, and that's why it was cool because you saw that backstory. But as soon as she started walking down the stairs, that was the start of the video game.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Fucking
Wow.
amazing.
So yeah,
They-
like all that backstory was added for context.
Wow.
I've never played the games. I don't know anything about the games, but I will say, like, I'm super excited for like all you fucking gaming nerds because
How do you?
there's been
Yeah.
so many like shows and movies and stuff that have been based off of like video games that when I watch them, I'm like, oh, you know, it's all right. And then you guys are like, man, that was fucking trash. It's awful. They got this wrong. They got
Yeah.
that wrong. But this
Resident
so far
Evil.
has been so good,
Oh,
and like
yeah.
I like it. And knowing that like people who actually play the games and know what the games are enjoying it,
Yeah.
makes
It's
it
a
so much better.
faithful
Yeah.
adaptation.
I'm so
Like, they
excited.
didn't overdo it. They kept it to the fucking source material.
I was gonna ask
where it
you.
needed
I was
to
gonna ask
be.
you guys that as people that play the game
Minus
because
the spores,
Minus the sport, but I feel like
but that ain't shit.
yeah,
because I was gonna say
spores
like
are what spread it.
Yeah.
But they did it where the creatures, but that's the same in the game too. Though they bite you, you're infected, you're
Yeah.
done.
Yeah.
You get bit,
Yeah.
you're fucking done. That's it. Like there's no like, oh, I come off, you're fucking done.
I was actually really sad with the little kid, the boy, or
Yeah.
was it a girl? Honestly, I'm not sure. Sits down and they're like checking him, and oh, we're gonna get you your
Oh,
favorite
yeah.
That was
meal.
dark, and they
We're
threw
gonna do
her
that.
ass in a
And
And
fire.
then you see the thing on his neck, and
Oh,
they're
and it was
talking to him,
red.
and it's red.
Yeah,
Yeah.
They,
there were tons
that's
of
that's the
did.
body that Joel's throwing in the back of the truck, where the lady's like, I can't do it.
holy
He
shit!
he
I did not
grabs
even
that,
notice
or
that.
does it in the
He
fire.
threw her in the
Oh,
fire.
Yeah.
I didn't
Jeez,
realize
I
it.
missed all these things.
Yeah, go back and watch it because
Yeah.
it's sad. Like it's showing you what the world would go to.
Yeah.
Like a authoritarian type government giving out instead of money, you have food slips.
Like, yeah.
You have fucking military running on drugs.
Nice
'cause,
to know
like,
that food
what-
stamps survived in the apocalypse. Yeah,
But,
It's so
EBT.
great though, because I feel like this is gonna be one of those shows that brings back like fandom, like Walking Dead and stuff, or like Game of Thrones. And you got that stuff like they're killing people off. They don't give a fuck. That's just how the game was.
Yep.
One thing I do want to see them bring from the game is just like the stealth kills.
Oh,
I want to
bro,
see that so
yes.
bad.
I feel like you're gonna see subtle nods to stuff
Yeah.
like that, like people's game style
Yeah.
and approach to it.
like you remember when he had the bow?
Yeah.
You had the bow in the game. Like,
Some of the,
that's cool.
the monsters and whatnot, they've shown some of it in the trailers.
Yeah.
Oh,
Clickers.
man.
I want
The
to see
clickers.
Clickers.
A real full turn click because those are violent
Yeah.
and it's scary because you make a noise and you just hear.
Yeah.
You're like,
my God.
you're like, oh fuck!
It's
But you
very-
can't say oh fuck or you're dead. So you're in your head. You're like,
It's almost like Quiet Place meets Resident Evil in a
Yeah.
post-apocalyptic world.
That's what I was gonna say. Oh, sorry.
Okay.
I was gonna say because we talked about it a little bit in a previous episode that people were mad that it's too close to the video game. But do you guys like? Because I've seen almost shot for shots on TikToks that was like the show and the game.
I was never gonna be one of those people mad
Nope.
at that.
Yeah.
You go
Like
for
people
it.
who bitch about things being too close to like the book or the game or whatever.
Yeah.
Like they're just people that are never gonna be satisfied.
Yeah.
because
Yeah.
That's
at
fair.
this point,
That is
yeah, like
fine.
you're looking for like live action, whatever, like representation for something you're excited about,
Mm-hmm.
and then you get it, and you're like, well, it's just too close. Like, what the fuck else did
I feel
you
like
want?
that's
Like
the
they,
coolest way for it
yeah,
to
I'm like
be.
they change
Get
it
your
and make it a little
shit
bit
straight,
different, and then
people.
you're like, well, they went too far off from
no,
that.
it's
So,
Yeah.
fucking good.
People
They
are just
did
never
a very good job.
And it's crazy
man.
though. I feel like a lot of that's not happened. Like I haven't seen that discussion since that initial article I read. I know that Rotten Tomatoes is kind of back and forth on a lot of things, but I think I looked at it yesterday and 128 reviews, and it has a 99% critic rating.
I was gonna
which
say it
for
had like
critics-
100 at some point. So
Yeah.
Martyrs,
And
nothing
then
to dislike
yeah,
about
there's
it.
like 4,000 like audience review, and that's at a 95. So I feel like
Yeah.
everybody's pretty consistent about like, no, this shit's good.
It's really well
one
done.
episode in and it's a hit,
Yeah.
basically.
Like, basically, the only way I see people not liking it is if they don't like that genre. Like, if you didn't like Resident
Right.
Evil as
Yeah.
a game, you won't like it like as a live action. Like, you don't like that sci-fi type shit, and that's cool. Not everybody's into dark apocalypse.
It's cool, but you're lame.
I think that's
know?
a problem with a lot of people that go into it. Like, I'm going to go into this knowing I'm not going to like it, or it's not something I'm naturally interested in, but because it's popular, I want to watch it too. and then you find a reason not to like it
It's
because
so
you were
funny.
already uninterested.
Like my mom was just telling me the other day. She's like, "Have you seen The Last of Us?" I'm like, "What the fuck?"
You know who you're talking
you
to,
telling
man.
me that? I beat the game on hard.
But that's actually what I was gonna say kind of earlier, is that I don't like that genre
Right.
normally. Like anything zombies, I'm like so sick of zombie stuff. But it's different. I don't
Right.
know. Like I really appreciated that opening scene where they explained how the infection spread.
Mhm.
The whole
And how it's
funguses
like a
everything.
fungus, and it all really does seem it's science fiction, but it doesn't feel science
It
It's
doesn't
got
fiction.
that
that
feel
real.
far
It's got
off.
that real feel where you're like,
Yeah,
man, let
it
global
feels
warming
Like how they
happen.
explain
Real,
that,
yeah.
Like a lot of the fungus, like that they give you, like the information on it is like it's real. Like,
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's yeah.
Like
should ever happen like that. Like
He watched the
looked.
documentary that was 2
Yeah, I
hours.
watched
about
that
it.
zombie. Man, that shit prior to Last of Us though, like that ant thing, because that's life or planet Earth or some shit, and they show like a full life scale of this ant getting infected and the fungus taking over and using its like motor functions to like go into the colony to infect the colony and spread the fungus. Like it's real. It's terrifying. So
I know
it's-
what we need next is a movie, the sequel to Ants, but
Fungus
infected.
Among Us.
fungus.
Ants, the fungus among us.
I was thinking that didn't they mention like Candida in the opening, or was I just thinking of that? Because
I don't know.
that's like a fungus that lives inside of everybody, and people who have like gut issues.
I feel like they did say something about
I feel like
that.
they
Sounds
mentioned it.
familiar.
Because I was like, that's probably what made it so real to me, because like I've struggled with that for a while,
Right.
like gut issues.
It was like
And-
that Planet
Same.
Fitness commercial. You're like, I got that. There's a Planet Fitness commercial that's like, do you struggle from low energy and blah 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 blah
Low
blah?
E, not with my
That's low E. Not, but now you can fix that. You can fix that low E
We were
with the
watching that
Planet
the other
Fitness
day.
membership. And she was like, oh, I got that. I think I got that.
I didn't realize it was a Planet Fitness commercial. I was like, I think I have that. I was like, oh my god.
You're out of
She
it.
was
Yeah.
like-
That's it. I'm not
Yeah.
eating bread anymore.
This,
after.
no, I'm like at this point, you guys are basically saying we're gonna fucking survive the apocalypse because we have shitty ass.
We're gonna go
digestive
keto and we're gonna
systems.
survive.
Actually.
Good for us. It's all too expensive to buy anyway.
As far as expectations for episode 2, what do you want to see? Like, what are your hopes in the next episode? Baby,
I would say more. I kind of want to preview a little bit of the monster, a little bit of the bad that the plague or whatever we're calling it, the infected, like actually see some of those and set up like the expectation for the terrifying, like because right now they really focus a lot on the human aspect of it with the like humans fighting each other or getting out of there, Joel's conflict, finding out that Elle has the ability to heal from it.
Yeah.
That's all great. Set that up, but then now it's time to set the fear. Like now this is why
Yeah.
this is so
Yeah.
terrifying.
Without spoiling anything, I'm not going to say whose deaths or what, but I do look forward to certain character
Oh, yeah.
deaths. Like, not really looking
That's
forward
dark.
to it.
I mean,
but
It's
they-
fucking
All right.
episode, y'all. Like,
they
what's
have just-
happening?
it's- the show in general, like Alex was saying, it's not like you're watching a zombie movie or
Yeah.
like, you know, the general, because they connect to people.
Yeah.
And so you're going to fall so in love with certain people. And when they die, you're just like, what the fuck? Like,
Well, I mean, they did that with the daughter. The thing is, I didn't know. I didn't play the game, so
Oh,
I
God, the
didn't know
heartbreak.
about
You
the
didn't
daughter.
see that opening scene though? 'Cause
No.
I hadn't played the game, but I had seen that opening scene.
I've never seen
I
it.
swear it was you who showed it to
but
me.
think
No.
about it. Given her screen time, she didn't have much. And you fell in love with her.
Yeah,
Yeah.
So think about the people you actually fall in love
yeah.
with.
They're like,
Damn,
here,
true.
follow this guy
I'm
for
not looking
5
forward
episodes.
to that,
True.
but that's because I know it's gonna happen. But I'm not looking forward to that.
There's
Get all
this.
these goosebumps.
I got-
I'm thinking about, I'm like, oh man.
I got the
that's
death
so-
I wanted to have out of the
Yeah.
way, and I knew that like the very first episode, I was like, it's gonna fucking hurt.
I'm just
Yeah.
gonna say there's one death I'm looking forward to that makes another person, you know, man up, but it's just it's crazy. You gotta watch it. You gotta stay tuned. I'm not
Dude,
giving any spoilers. Sorry
I
about
want to see the one thing The Last of Us in the video game did very well was they made you distinguish like who's a true monster. Is it the humans or the fucking clickers?
Yeah.
But then they also show what happens when humans don't have control over the environment.
It's the mist all over again.
And like,
Oh my God.
well,
yeah.
no, like they did really well with beautiful atmosphere. Like, yes, there is desolation, but then
Oh,
when you get to
man.
those parts where it is free of humans and there's animal life, and
that
nature,
actually was, yeah.
beautifully
That's
done.
one
There's
thing
a
about
scene
the
in my
game,
head
right?
already that I can't wait. I know they're gonna have to animate it because it's like it was a big deal in the game because like this is beautiful. This is like a little rest from clickers and humans that are trying to fucking kill me, and it's just a beautiful setup. There's scenes of the environment I would like to see
Oh,
in
yeah.
the next episode or future episodes.
It's
And
always cool in these types of like games or shows where it shows like that not only the monsters are monsters, but the humans have also done a lot of really fucked up shit.
Yeah.
And
I feel like humans are, I mean, in real life, most
yeah,
kind of fucked up. So
Yeah.
Speaking of fucked up shit in another world, I just wanted to bring a little bit of spec that's happening over Christmas and stuff in DC. Basically, I've just been reading a lot of articles. You know, James Gunn's been posting all the time,
Yeah.
teasing us like he usually does. But on the topic of that, I've just been seeing like, because, you know, with Guardians happening, that's his last film in Marvel. And obviously some characters are going to die off.
you keep saying
But-
obviously like it's obvious.
Yeah,
but
I
it's
I
really,
don't-
well,
I
one of
don't
them
know who's
actually
gonna
came
die.
out. You know, one character actually came out and said like it was his last movie.
I don't think
so
that means he's necessarily going to die.
I think he's dead. but
See-
You say that about everyone.
well, I'm pretty right.
I was about to
Yeah,
say,
I was like, Fabian's usually on
a,
point with
a lot
this
of
shit, bro.
Fabian's Marvel things are like, see, do you know who's going to die in this movie?
Yeah, literally.
Which
well, I just wanted to bring in that I hope he dies. Because James Gunn, man, he needs to build this world. But I've heard on the topic of well, you know, let's just say Chris Pratt dies. He already has plans. Like, if Chris Pratt dies, he was talking about
The
making him Booster
actor?
Gold, like in DC.
so
So-
I know where you're going with it, but
the
it
character,
almost,
the character,
yeah.
not
He
the
said-
actor.
Well,
It-
he's
it
mentioned
seems-
like he wanted to bring.
It seems a little
characters.
weird
It's
though,
funny.
and I guess I'm not a big fan of it because James Gunn has been doing that and teasing a lot.
Yeah.
But he's also just like, yeah, all these Guardians of the Galaxy actors, I already got jobs for him in DC. It just
Hell
seems,
yeah.
I just don't
That's
like the way it's
awesome.
being
No,
delivered.
yeah.
It just, I'm leaving and I'm
mean-
taking all my characters with me.
Fuck
Maybe
yeah.
there's gonna be an explosion of good DC
Dude, look,
movies.
this is how it happened. Jack
be
Kirby
awesome.
went to DC. He came back to Marvel. If we're talking like, you know, comic heroes that stayed true to their craft, you know, I'd say go for it. Kevin Feige's on board with it. He's
I'm not saying it's
completely,
bad. It's
like,
just that it just sounds
promoting,
like the
you know.
delivery sounds a little sleazy. Like we gave you the job. You're like, I'm going to end this and I'm taking my toys.
Well, you know, when I think about it, I'm like, there's no more room for Guardians.
Oh,
really.
no,
Like,
yeah.
What are they gonna do with the old cast? They got to bring in the new guys of the Guardians of the Galaxy. Obviously, like, well, if we're going off of particular comic runs, then Adam Warlock takes over Guardians, and then we get to see other characters. Maybe we're gonna see Agent Venom, you know, come in, Flash Thompson. But we got Moondragon, Drax's daughter, who's like been spec forever. Like they could do a new
seeing-
lineup, but
seeing
I don't
Agent
think there's
Venom
room for
seems
the
like-
old guys.
I was gonna say, how do you feel about, because we already have a Flash Thompson in
That's true.
the
I don't know
MCU.
if they're gonna
I don't
do
know
that,
if he would be.
but
Which
maybe
makes
if
me
he
sad
like
because if
bulks
so,
up.
the Agent Venom's going to be a dork.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say. Like he
Yeah.
kind of, he's not like
Though-
I can't picture him being a Venom.
I feel
Yeah.
like just like being like MCU fan, I feel like if they're gonna do something like that, then they need to just like basically like fade the Guardians away and focus
Oh,
on
they're gonna
whatever
fade
else
them
they
away,
have,
all
and then
right.
just have the
Yeah.
Get faded.
and then just have like, you know, like if they have like specific characters that need to be involved in like bigger situations, just like slowly like let them have like their appearances and their cameos and without
I
Welcome
hope
to
their
Disney
characters
Plus.
die.
yeah, I was like just instead of just redoing.
I
a
feel like
whole
that's
new
what's going to
team.
happen. The Guardians 3 is going to come out. It's going to end that series, and
Yeah.
anything they want to build forward from that is just going to be Disney Plus.
You don't
until
think
it's
any
ready
of
for
those?
another.
You don't think any of them are gonna pop up in the Kang Dynasty?
I do.
Maybe. I
Secret
think,
Wars?
Well,
Because he said it's his last
Honestly,
Guardians
yeah.
movie. It's like his last involvement. I mean, he didn't do Endgame or Infinity War, and they were in that. So it's possible some of them are going to make it to that finale.
because you know all the stuff we've been seeing for Secret Wars, all the spec that's been
Yeah.
happening. Like they're saying Hugh Jackman's coming out. You know, Tobey Maguire's gonna be there. They're gonna have a conversation. It's like okay.
It's funny that that's what people are excited about. They're excited that
Yeah, like
Tobey
them
Maguire is going to
interacting.
talk to Wolverine. Like
Wolverine's just gonna tell him to fuck off. or
he's going to
something.
just give him a middle finger with his blades.
Get away from me, Spider-Man.
he's gonna give him the old fuck off.
I feel like talking about Wolverine, that post that you guys had shared the other
with the
day
headpiece,
with
The helmet,
The
the
Hugh
comic
Jackman
book
shared.
accurate. I
Deadpool.
yeah, so I've wanted to buy a movie accurate Deadpool suit for the longest time, and I've got the mask, but I was like, if I get the mask, it'll motivate me to get the suit, and it didn't. Just was like money
Yeah.
issues, like I just have a mask.
It
I
can
have a Hollywood grade
It
mask.
can motivate your
expensive,
ideas,
bro.
but not your checkbook, is what
Yeah,
I'm
yeah.
hearing.
Like, can I just get
God.
the shirt? Again later. Like,
But no, so this guy, he's made Deadpool masks legit super good, and then
what's his name again? What was the?
I don't know how to pronounce it. I think it's Illustria Studios.
Yeah. Yeah.
But he made Wolverine helmets, and they look so good. Like he made black and yellow ones. He did weathered ones. He
Yeah.
did one recently that has like the
Illustrious
blue.
Studio.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And they look so legit. And Wolverine, Hugh Jackman.
Wolverine.
I guess I could call him Wolverine.
Same
Yeah.
thing.
He posted a picture with a Deadpool mask, and then that mask, and I think it's his mask, like
It
the
looks just like
Illustria.
it. We kind of looked at both
looks
of them, and
really
Yeah.
it looks
good.
super similar.
Which honestly, that helmet is so sick. Like I've wanted that. I was like, I could maybe cosplay Wolverine. Like that'd be much cheaper than a Deadpool suit because I could just get
I'm
that.
just imagining him with
Yeah.
the Wolverine
I
thing
could
on
get-
and some boxers because he couldn't buy the rest of the costume.
Hey, bub.
That's what I was doing with the Deadpool mask for a little bit. I was just like at work wearing it, in underwear, just like.
At work is at home for those. who
Oh
are
yeah, I work
listening.
from home.
No,
so
keep it
don't think
weird.
that I'm like at
He's not in the office.
in an
He's
office
in-
with everyone just
Yeah.
naked with the Deadpool mask.
Being his coworker, I can tell you it was uncomfortable for everyone.
Is he ever gonna put on pants?
I said business casual, but this is taking it too far.
Where's
That's
HR.
Deadpool business casual. So I think we all got tickets to Ant-Man already, right?
Oh,
Yeah, I
yeah.
believe so.
Yeah?
I believe so.
How? So this is the start of Phase 5 for Marvel. Like, how are y'all feeling about
He's
it?
dead.
I keep on
Oh my
doing this.
God.
I keep on doing this to every Marvel movie, so I've kind of put myself in a position where I don't even trust it when I say it.
Yeah.
But I'm like, all right, this has to be it. But I mean, with Kang being here, like you kind of feel like this has to be where
This
they
is like-
finally open it up for their
Yeah.
end game, and like this is where it starts to happen. And dude, I'm fucking excited. He looks great as Kang. You get to see
Yeah.
flashes of MODOK in the trailer.
I was gonna say, how do y'all feel about MODOK's
I hope you
look?
get to see a giant face, but if it ends up just being a costume,
Well, there is a
Is that
clip.
what that picture was that you guys
Yeah.
put in our group chat?
It was,
Okay,
George
so
Lopez.
Well, technically it was
I
Spy
thought-
Chase,
is that-
but-
okay, because I was like, I saw it and I was like, I thought of Shark Boy and Lava Girl. And I was like,
That
what
was-
the
Yeah,
fuck
that's
are we
it.
doing here? And I thought it was a joke, so I just kept going.
Well, because I saw two arguments. I saw argument that they were mad that because when you first see him, he has like a metal face,
yeah.
like a gold metal face, and it is big. And then people are mad that that's what he looked like. And then there's also a clip where they do show his face, and it is a big face.
Oh, see, I haven't seen that. Though.
Oh,
and
yeah, I've seen that
that's
one.
the picture that he sent that was a meme.
Yeah.
That's a
What it's based off?
it's
was
based
that-
off.
I
It's the
thought,
real
okay,
one, yeah.
Okay. So
'Cause
I'm excited about that then.
I don't know if they're like concealing it really. Well, they already
they
did
showed
the
it.
face
Yeah, they
reveal,
showed it
right?
already. It's
Yeah.
a really quick clip.
Yeah.
Probably enough to show you that it's there,
Yeah.
but I actually can't wait for that reveal. I feel like we're going to see some really cool shit in this movie.
Well,
Yeah.
there's something bigger. I was just talking to Danny
I like his
about.
little well because he's like, I got news. Well,
Well, because obviously I've been saying since the dawn of like nerd shit,
I'm
like
saying it before,
that
Scott Lang's
Ant-Man was
dying in
gonna
this movie.
die. But more than that, there's one thing I'm like really hyped for, and it's not death, guys.
Oh, that's shocking.
But it might
Please
lead to
tell
death.
us.
But anyway, I was just telling Danny, I think that Ultron's coming back.
so
And-
that's been talked about a lot. And I'm
Yeah.
with you on this one. And it being in
Oh,
this
yeah.
movie, because Hank Pym is technically the original creator of Ultron,
Mhm.
would make so much sense.
I could see it like, mechanizing him or like taking over him, and we just get an evil Hank Pym that's Ultron.
The
or
great
something.
thing about Fabian saying that everybody's going to die, the only solace I'm taking in this is the title of this saga is the Multiverse Saga. That's fine. We got plenty of others.
Yeah.
You could kill this Scott Lang. There's like 12 of them left.
I
it's
think that's why
fine.
they're so open with it.
Yeah, that's
They're
why
like,
I don't
"Let's
think
just
they.
kill
That's why I don't think they
everyone."
mind killing people
Yeah.
or
don't
showing
kill
potential for death because they could come back in 10 minutes.
Do
I
any of
think-
the main characters die in the comic?
Oh yeah.
Like I
Yeah,
want some of the
so-
main people. I want hard hitting death, not a fucking multiverse one. I want like a main
Well, I mean, like
Thor
in-
ass. I like Thor.
With
I don't want him to
Civil-
die.
In
but,
Civil
like,
War, Captain America died.
Yeah, I was like,
and-
Thor
they,
ass
So-
they
to die.
definitely changed that for the movie.
One thing they're doing now, translating to the movies instead of the comics, like Kang is pretty much taking over all the big roles. Instead of Wanda killing Scott Lang, it's gonna be, well, we don't know, but it might be Kang that kills Scott. You know, yeah, we know, but
Did they see in the D23 or the San Diego Comic Convention? I feel like they said that there was a clip that was shown where Kang tells Scott, "Have I killed you before?"
yeah, we've seen
Yeah.
that.
Oh, yeah.
Did-
Oh,
was that
yeah.
in the trailers?
That hasn't been on
really?
any of the release trailers yet, but
Oh,
that
really?
yeah.
I've never seen that.
like I know that he
I
said.
showed you the bootleg
I know that he
one.
said like, "Do we have a deal or whatever?" You broke the deal, but has that?
no, they
Okay.
haven't released it in the new trailer.
Okay,
at
so
least.
that's
Not
something
yet.
that's
Maybe
been in
they're
the
like,
back
"Oh,
of my
shit,
mind the
we
whole
should have
time.
kept that. We should have kept
Yeah,
that.
right.
Yeah. Well, I mean, it was exclusive for the
Yeah.
people at the Comic-Con. Like that's one of the benefits to going to these Comic-Cons.
We'll
is
be there
you
one
get
day.
special
Fuck yeah.
treatment. You
We're
get
gonna go.
special previews. You know.
Trying to meet.
Yeah,
RDK.
manifesting. We're gonna manifest. We're gonna be invited to Comic Cons just to be nerds
Here for
at
it.
Comic Con.
I kept cutting you off though. I'm so
No, you're
sorry.
good.
You were so
it's just,
Wanda killed.
Yeah, they're replacing a lot of the
Cutting you off
villains with
so-
Kang. Like they're not gonna bring in the Beyonder. I don't think they're gonna make Kang variant a Beyonder,
Okay.
which is much easier. You know, it's like, why do we gotta get this villain guy who's only gonna be here for like 2 movies and then they kill him off? I think they've realized that mistake in the past. Like some of their villains didn't stick. Like Gore, you know, I don't know if we're gonna see Gore again.
Probably not.
Nah. I hope we never see that movie again.
I feel like we talked about a lot of the movies that came out last year and talked about how we kept wanting more from them and how we like wish that they like were giving us more for like what was going to happen. But we also talked about the fact that they're starting completely over because we did Endgame, we did, you know, Infinity War and all that. And those were big moments. So now they're having to like restart everything, you know, and they're like, whatever this, what's it called?
The
like,
multiverse
yeah,
Phase
basically like
saga.
this phase of saga. So all like everything we've seen from like the shows on it, like on
Disney Plus.
yeah, Disney Plus, and then the movies and everything's been very base, like giving us like a little bit here and there, and they've left so many questions open. Like there's so many things that haven't been answered from WandaVision that we still don't have any answers for. That I feel like this next phase is definitely going to just fucking build on that. And I think Ant-Man's going to be something that builds on a lot of things.
This
Kicks
is
it
gonna
off.
be like this is the same. I think this is the same time frame where Doctor Strange came out last year, and we were like hoping that would be the open.
Yeah, I
for,
think
like,
you're right.
everything.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
I think
That's-
I'm
I
agree.
think it
this
came
is
out
gonna
in
be-
March last year.
Hopefully this
Marvel
is the
doing it to
multiverse
us
that
all
we
over
Yeah.
wanted.
again.
So do you expect people to
I'm
some
ex-
main characters to die off? Maybe. What is your take? I
I
listen
feel
to
like I'd
you.
be
Tell
so
me, Sensei
surprised
now.
when they kill people
you
off
know-
this early, like unless it's because they're planning on.
I think they're setting up
Bringing
future
in a
generation
bunch,
but
films. Yeah.
I feel like knowing with like all the characters they want to bring in, like from what you've told me, Justin, about like Secret Wars and all of, like there's so many characters in there that some of them we already have. Like I just would see them kind of make it through
Well,
to the end and then I don't know, kill them off then.
I just think like with Yellow Jacket, you know, he was in Ant-Man one, yeah, and he's gonna be MODOK.
Yeah.
I was gonna
so
say I'm pretty sure he's gonna.
maybe
be
we'll get
MODOK.
a similar Scott Lang death, you know, where we think he's dead. Instead, he just like wandered off somewhere. Like, you know.
I had I was telling you a theory about it where I think it's gonna be a variant of
Mhm.
Scott that is gonna get killed. Because there's I don't know if it's like a dream or something, but there's that scene in the trailer where it
the
looks like
Ant-Mans?
ants, but it's Ant-Man just like climbing on himself, reaching for something.
Whoa.
Needless to say, I just
It's
want
like that
them
Rick
to
and Morty
introduce.
episode.
We got
Yeah.
like one more Ant-Man that I really want to see, which is Eric O'Grady, and he's just like the worst Ant-Man ever. Like he's a very low class hero. The heroes don't depend on him for shit, and he like acknowledges that in his comic books. And I really hope we get to see that guy soon because he sucks.
You want to see him because he's not good.
He's kind of like imagine Kite Man, right?
Okay.
Whoa.
It's
We don't
like-
disrespect Kite Man. Him and Poison Ivy had a good thing going until Harley ruined
I
it.
know. It's,
That bitch.
but imagine it's like Kite Man. That's kind of like what Eric O'Grady is.
I love
But-
that though because I love Kite Man.
Yeah, and he has one good hero moment in like his whole comic book run, and it's where he dies. He sacrifices himself.
you and
Fucking
comic book
amazing.
characters
I'm telling you,
dying,
What I
man.
hear
Fuck
from
today.
Fabian is comic book characters are only good once they're dead.
What next? You're gonna be like
I got your
Spider-Man
back, bro.
dies.
I want to see somebody get hit. Just-
It's
don't know,
funny
I'm
because you are
excited.
consistently like, "Who's gonna die, Fabian? Give me the obituary today."
Let me know.
I'm really happy about death today.
Feed me.
You guys wanted to drop some comics on us, right?
Yes.
All right, this is gonna be our first ever
Oh,
comic book dump.
where did you get that?
We
are
don't have an
talking
easel on our
about
side.
Scrapped.
Blush today.
Very interesting comic. I appreciate you getting me in on this one.
Yeah, I was just telling Justin, I was like, dude, we gotta cover some shit, and I'm glad Perkins got in on it too.
I'm happy you didn't make it a DC or Marvel title.
I
feel like
indies.
if we do that and we try to do this consistently, we should focus on the
Oh, yeah,
studios that
for
aren't
sure.
mainstream, because it always happens when we talk about like comic book movies and all that. Like we've already mentioned DC,
Mhm.
Marvel overrode the shit out of that conversation really fast, but there's so many
As it should.
Yeah, there's so many
Right.
studios, specifically comic book studios, that don't get attention for the stories they put out. You're not going to
Absolutely.
see many comic book movies. Vin Diesel did Bloodsport, I believe,
Oh,
or Bloodshot.
Bloodshot.
And that
man.
was that was a
Bloodshot,
comic
yeah.
book that
That's so
didn't
sad,
did
man.
Dark Horse or do Bloodshot?
Image.
Okay, so there's just plush, man. It was looking at it. It looks like a furry's wet dream with
Yes.
blood.
Dominatrix furry?
Yeah, I don't know yet. I only got one
BDSM?
issue in. Story wise is great though. This poor guy's just getting screwed over because his fiance cheated on him
Got knocked
with
out.
his future father-in-law's deputy or sheriff.
Man.
But the
I
dad,
think there was a story about that recently.
Oh, you're talking about the one girl, five cop.
but
Yep.
the future
God.
potential
She's
father-in-law
gotta read this.
won't let him go because he wants his status. Like his family comes from money, and then introduce furries. Fabian, what do you got on it?
Yeah, so just a little bit of I wanted to talk about Wagner
Yeah, go
for a
for it.
second. So he's doing like a string of books right now. Aside from Plush, he has this one called Plastic. If you like Netflix's You, like you'll probably love that one. I highly recommend it. Has a lot of twists, and that's exactly what his books are, like, twists. And he's also doing Art Brute, which is really big right now. But aside from that, Flush is just one of those that catches you off guard. Like, I got it originally as a joke. I was like fucking with Justin. I was like, oh, he's gonna fucking hate this.
Nope.
It's about furries, and I was like, oh man. I read it. I'm like, oh shit. Oh.
Well, the first issue, I mean, it's kind of misleading because plush and furries on the cover, you think it's going to be very furry heavy, and it really isn't. That they really focus on like the build to the story, but then it ends with this weird fucking character like
Yeah.
at his gel cell window, like blood
Blood out
covered,
the
and you're
mouth.
like, what the hell do you guys have to do here? Like, let's get there.
Hold this
Jesus.
book up again. Like, hold it up. Like, do you guys see these characters that are on the front? So he shows me this comic, and he goes, "Yeah, that's right. Those are furries." And I was like, "I didn't even fucking get that." I'm like, "What?" I was like, "What is this?"
I thought it
He had
was
to like
furry.
recap because I just thought they were just random ass fucking characters. I didn't realize they were.
Oh, well, the goat in the back doesn't
Into
look
some
like a
shit.
furry. That thing looks
Yeah,
terrifying.
That
that's
looks
why
like
I
a
was
demon.
like, "Oh, okay, like it's a
It's
demon
cool.
story basically
Yeah.
or something." He was
Like,
like, "Furries, you're right," and I was like, "I
furries.
didn't get that." I never
Pretty
I-
much the gist of it is like furry cannibals, right?
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Oh.
Hardcore.
We're gonna dive into like a lot of devil shit, and like it's gonna go into like the history probably. It just reminds me of one book. The reason I picked it up was because it reminded me of Farmhand and also Chew. Those are
Bless
just
you.
like obscure titles that
Tight.
you know.
Get out.
You remember Hunter x Hunter?
Oh,
right?
I have these headphones on. It sounded like someone sneezed.
Tell me
My
that
bad.
doesn't look like the octopus. The one to kill the sniper
Oh,
octopus.
Shit, you're right.
It looks like the Hunter x Hunter octopus.
Do I got that on mine? I got a different
You
cover.
got
You
a
got the
sexual
same
version.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, that one.
Is
looks
that
good.
are these the same issues with different covers?
Yeah.
Okay.
But-
Yeah, I was gonna say that one has more furry vibes than this one.
Yeah, for
This
sure.
looks like Invader Zim. That looks like
Fur.
Yeah, Invader
Furry.
Zim is a good. Yeah, it kind of looks girl-like.
yeah.
Yeah.
Sure.
I can see that.
I asked earlier, can you be a furry without being into the sex side of being a furry?
Oh,
Can
here
you
we
just
go. We're
I
diving
feel like
into-
you can, but I don't speak for the furry community,
Yeah, I was
so
like,
I'm gonna
I
tell
find
you.
somebody in that community, but
I'm
I
gonna
feel
tell
like
you I don't know.
I feel like we've seen people say that it's not always like all sexual.
Oh God.
is that you know what? If you're watching this and you are in the furry community, comment and let us know. Like, I just want to know because I think the costumes are dope, but like, I don't want to be like, I'm gonna get this dope ass wolf suit
Come here,
and then
wolf
be
boy.
like,
You gotta have sex
Down,
for
boy.
that boy. Like,
shoot us a DM, but no pictures.
No, fuck that. Send us the
Send all the
pictures
pics.
too.
actually, yeah, I want to see the costumes. I like the costumes.
No
They're
shame
pretty
here.
cool.
This is not like we are making fun of this
At
community.
all.
We
No.
just know nothing about it.
Danny
Yeah.
was 100% serious about the
educate ourselves.
costume.
Yeah.
He wants
Real
to be a
life
wolf.
shit.
I wanted a Deadpool suit. Maybe these are cheaper and I can afford it.
Oh, what about like a wolf Deadpool cross cosplay?
See?
Oh my
Yeah.
God.
We're gonna
It's
get a
out there
whole nother group
cheaper.
of fans.
Are we
Just
going
based on
furry
like
next?
sex shop prices.
No, we're
But
not.
if they're
because
not,
I
if
can
they're
afford
not,
one.
like
Sexual.
I also
sexual.
feel like they're like people who are into
Oh.
it like are fucking committed, so they would pay like top
Yeah.
of the line.
Yeah,
for
you're
it.
probably
a lot of
right.
That's
material.
one thing that I do
But
know.
Deadpool might
They're
be
really
cheaper.
expensive.
They are.
Yeah.
All
they're
right.
I was
really
gonna say,
expensive.
I'm gonna go back to
that's a lot of
Deadpool.
material. It's probably pretty.
A lot of
expensive.
fur.
Because I mean, they got to be able to breathe in it, and
Yeah.
for extra.
And like,
Our our mascot's furry.
Oh fuck! Anything could be a furry if you think about it. hard.
no, I don't know.
I was like, no, that's a real question.
I would think not, but I also wonder if
that's
us
the-
saying furry is like offensive or.
No,
Well,
that's
No,
we're
that's
not educated,
definitely the
so
word for
somebody
it.
let us know.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I wasn't.
Google
It was
it.
like we're over here just
I'm
like
pretty sure
furries,
that's
furries,
right.
furries. So like we're called interspecies.
Bullshit,
Cosplayers.
bro. I am
I don't
100%
know.
positive
I'm gonna.
it's furry.
I'm not gonna look at a mascot the same.
Yeah.
Like I'm just gonna.
I wonder if they get made fun of in the furry community, like you fucking part timer.
Oh, God.
Damn. Yeah.
Oh wait,
Read
hold
it.
on.
Read
Here's a
plush.
fun.
Yes.
9 questions about furries you were too embarrassed to ask.
Oh shit!
Not me. I'll ask all the questions. Hit us
Gonna
with it.
pass
Is
by
being a
mascot
furry
like,
just a sexual
furry.
fetish?
See, I asked it.
No, though, like with any other fan interest, there are sexual themes present.
Anime.
While sexual activity with other furries, known as yiffing.
You yep. That's
Oh.
you remember this?
Perkins knows.
Perkins, how did you immediately
Oh.
perk up?
All
right,
There are
what's
portions
the-
of
what's-
the internet
I
that
forgot they have.
exist.
I forgot about
Yes.
that. I forgot
Yes,
about
thank
that.
you, baby. Someone else knew.
You know, as soon as she said that word, I was like, "Wait a minute,
Wait.
why do I know that?"
Yes. Oh, I'm so glad he knew it. Continue, Alex, please.
I mean, the only. Oh wait, hold on.
Yiff.
Forum. Furries is an offensive term.
What?
I was wrong.
Okay, hold on.
We're over here just insulting them and then saying, please, no shame, send us information. Give me
Well-
a pamphlet.
It didn't originally start out as derogatory, but the way that people use it now feels.
I could
Like,
understand that
words,
because it's like, yeah,
like
you
you're-
furry. It
Yeah.
seems very derogatory.
But if that's
Tone.
the case, if you give anything
I
like
don't think
Yeah.
that's like that could be any word.
Anything.
Really.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so
Like,
I guess
you-
it's just a matter of if we're using it
it's like the
condescendingly.
word
Yeah.
female, like people are like, oh, these females. You
Yeah,
know, like
actually,
it's,
okay, I see.
I was
So you
triggered
can
just
Yeah,
tell.
it's
now.
all like
Yeah.
tone in the way.
Yeah.
yeah, it's like
So
Yeah.
what we need to
Execute.
differentiate right here is we do not mean that in that way.
no,
You-
we
Yeah.
mean
You
it
live
in-
your life.
Remember the
Speak your
cartoon,
truth.
Like, it was like
Minus
the fucking
Perkins,
Gears
who's-
of War type freaking.
I don't know what he's doing over here, but he's having a moment.
Baby, you know what I'm talking about.
Yeah, I know, you
I'll
got-
show
No, I
you how to
don't.
chill
Just-
after.
Tap
already.
into a
What
world
is he
that
talking
Perkins
about?
has been wanting to
What?
talk about forever. No one cares
He's
to
been
talk
here
about
3
it.
seasons and finally like it's my time to shine. I'm gonna yiff the shit out of Fabian. Is that why you like him? Because he's just got this like natural furry thing that you're attracted to?
Werewolf thing.
Guys,
fair enough.
please don't go in my closet right now.
Which closet? You have like 7.
Anyway.
So we kind of branched off and we've been talking about what have you been watching and
Yiffing.
what have
bring
we?
something else back then?
All right.
So we talked about what's the show we're watching, y'all?
Last of Us?
Yeah. So it's got Pedro Pascal in it, but they
Love
just
him.
released the
Can't
trailer
miss.
for the new
Mando.
Mandalorian. Yeah.
Oh,
So
sweet.
season 3.
Yeah.
It looks
love
great.
I'm super
Yeah.
behind on that. I'm not
It's
gonna lie to
great.
y'all.
It looks
I want
great.
to be my dad.
It looks
Yeah.
really. I thought Robert Downey Jr. was going to be your
I'm
dad.
my
Killing it.
dad.
You said that about Hugh
That's
Jackman.
my umbrella of fathers.
They could be co-dads.
How many
Yeah.
dads do you
Well,
have?
I have 3. Yeah.
Oh, it's a tri-dad.
It's Robert Downey
Where's
Jr.
Danny in
Hugh
is
Jackman?
my dad.
His daddy.
Hugh
There's a
Jackman is
difference.
my
The
dad.
daddy.
So those are my 2 main dads.
Like the ultimate heroes.
I think
that you're
Obama
seeing
is
the
probably
world.
more like my uncle.
Yeah.
But, like, would
Maybe
like
like
for
a
him to be
cool
my
uncle to
dad
hang
too.
out with. Like,
Who
what's
has
up, man?
custody
Um,
right now?
Who gets
I'm
you
an
on the
adult,
weekends?
so-
She's like, I have custody.
yeah, but I'm gonna add Pedro Pascal. So I think maybe it's because of in The Last of Us, he was like a dad, and I was like, that's a good dad.
Plus, he
What?
like
I want him
takes
to
up,
be
like,
my dad.
ultimate, like dad roles in
Listen, I have
Mandalorian.
dad issues.
It's so great seeing.
I'm looking for good fathers in everything.
We have branched off this episode. We got really personal.
Hey, this-
I will go when we talk about Twilight. Listen, I will have a tangent to go on about fathers.
Yeah.
It's cool because like how Pedro. Well, I can't wait for that shit. That shit. Like I heard you. I'm just ignoring it because we're gonna get there.
Another episode.
we'll
Another
get there.
episode.
Pedro Pascal is hit for like the hero. Like he's become super popular. He's everywhere in the hero verse.
Well deserved.
I feel like on the flip side of that, Giancarlo Esposito, the dude who was in The Mandalorian, he had the dark saber. He's a Better Call Saul.
Yeah.
He's a dope ass actor.
He's
right?
amazing. He's become like that villain. Like
Yeah.
he is the gold
yes,
standard
yes,
for
yes,
villains
I know
right
who you're
now.
talking about. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, he's
He
fucking
was also
awesome.
in Once Upon a Time.
Yeah, he was
He's
the mirror.
Yep.
Yep, he was- yeah.
That's where I first saw him.
You see
I love
video
that
of him
dude.
on
Yeah.
YouTube when he was asked, they told him to go into character, and then
Immediately,
he smoothly
yeah.
went into it.
It-
It was so
That's
the
fucking
transition
good.
was scary how
Don't
well
tell
it
me what
was.
to do,
That
but I was like, oh
is
yeah.
He's actually trying to break that typecast mold right now, and he's
Really?
actually in talks to be Professor Xavier.
That's
Yeah.
awesome.
Interesting
Wow.
because I didn't really see him as a villain. Like I've always seen him as like a soft character.
He's a classic villain.
Oh,
Like
yeah.
he's a cold,
Really?
calculated killer.
Like I saw him in The Boys, and I was
Yeah.
like,
Breaking Bad.
okay, well,
Oh,
he's still kind of like
fucking
that
in The
soft.
Boys.
Yeah, he is in The Boys.
He-
Oh
yeah.
my god.
He was
He's
the
everywhere.
he was the main villain in a Far Cry video game.
Yes.
Oh,
He was one of
Yeah.
the big bads in The Mandalorian. He's the
Breaking
guy at
Bad.
the end with the dark saber in the beginning. He
Gus.
was, if I'm not mistaken,
Let's
in
cook,
Better Call
Jesse.
Saul and Breaking Bad. He was a bad
Dang,
guy.
I-
Like
He's amazing
You
in
know what?
Breaking
I
Bad.
haven't seen any of these.
Yeah,
things,
he-
and
he
that
is-
why
Yeah.
I'm like, he's not a villain.
no, he's
Good
a,
guy.
honestly, even in kind of Once Upon a Time, he wasn't
Yeah,
a good
he's
character.
like-
He was
yeah.
so he's
He's
right
not,
now,
like,
like, that's
bad,
where
he's
he's
like,
popular.
super shady.
Yeah, he's
he
like,
plays
he's
really
got the
super
tea. Well, 'cause
like,
he's a
shady
mirror.
character.
But I just I
The
feel like I
mirror
have
with
to
the
shout him out if we're
like-
talking about Pedro Pascal because he is just as like popular right now, but for being a bad guy.
Yeah.
Right.
Like if that's your dad umbrella, this is like
I do see
uncle umbrella maybe. I don't know.
fatherly qualities in him. Actually, from in The Boys, I was like, he's bad, but
Even in
could
the
be my
boys,
dad.
he's kind of a calculated
yeah,
dick.
he is
Yeah.
for sure.
Yeah.
yeah, he is. But wasn't he like really protective of his daughter?
Okay.
Was he a bad dad or a good dad? And
He
I can't
could-
remember what happened.
No, I
in
think
I
didn't he like
cannot
sell?
remember.
No, he got
I remember
sold
there
out
was
by his
someone who was
daughter.
his
Like
daughter.
she
Yeah.
pushed him out.
That's right.
That did y'all see that got the penis part?
Yeah.
I think specifically is like the
It
reason
got
they got
nominated,
nominated for
yeah.
like special effects
No
or
way.
something.
Fucking
That
wild.
scene.
Yeah.
That scene.
That scene is insane.
He
Oh,
said
man.
that the next season that they're
saying it's
they're
even
gonna have
worse.
to
Worse.
fix Even like I was
That's
like,
I
that
don't
show is
understand
fucking,
how.
Dude,
yeah,
no.
that's me. I was
How
like,
are
read
you
the comic,
topping
though.
that?
Their
They're
comic.
bringing in,
Oh my
what's
God.
his face? Negan? I forget his
Yeah,
name.
yeah.
Jeffrey Dean Morgan.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, but you know he's gonna be that one character that fucks everything.
Oh, that
Batman,
dude?
their
Yeah.
take on Batman. It's not Batman.
What?
yeah.
yeah,
Yeah.
he fucks a comic.
He
Or a
fucks
meteor.
everything.
I hope he does it in the
Which is
fucking show.
actually super cool because he was Thomas Wayne. So if they're
Oh,
playing
yeah.
his
Oh,
version of
wow.
Batman,
What the
That's
hell?
funny.
comic
he's actually
died-
expressed that he wanted to be Flashpoint Batman.
Yeah.
I would love that. I hope that. Oh,
What were you saying,
The
Perkins?
comic? No, my bad. No, the comic itself. Like you asked me how it can get more fucked up. They have. I'm glad with
Don't
the boys.
say it.
They went a whole different direction as far as like the storyline.
yeah, love that.
But in the comics, they do very fucked up shit. They even have their own version of the X-Men, I want to say.
Yeah,
And they,
Yeah.
the way they treat them is fucked. Like they just keep going with the shit they can do.
Do you-
Batman is one
I
of
don't
those.
know. I
Do
don't
you
know if I
guys-
can handle it. I was like, that's just
Man, that
progressively,
orgy
like, just, like,
fucking
Yeah.
pushing that
scene.
notch
and-
up
Last
and-
season was nuts.
Yeah,
God,
No
literally.
pun intended.
nuts on nuts
Hey.
on
No,
nuts.
it was definitely a lot, and if they say they're going to ramp it up from here,
I believe it.
I never read it. I don't know how. I'm interested to see it, but at the same
Yeah.
time, I'm like, do we need
Are we
it?
gonna get
Do
that
we-
spin-off soon with the
I-
freshman?
yeah.
I was about to say we should be getting a spinoff. In terms of anime, Perkins, have you heard about, and I don't know a lot about it, there's an anime that's coming out that's like Power Rangers, the anime, kind of.
Are you talking about the fucking?
I have no idea.
Okay, hold on. Is it like he's fuck? Did we discuss this before?
I think
I'm
so.
blanking out on it. He's a ranger, but he's trying to take over these immortal, trying to beat these people that are supposed to be immortal or some bullshit. I know what you're talking about, and I feel bad that I can't remember. It's in the chat. But
We'll
it's-
talk about that later. Kaiju number 8's getting its anime
Kaiju's gonna
finally.
be sick.
Just talking about like disgusting type animes because that one gets graphic.
Justin,
It's
you
fun.
need to watch Invincible, but
No, I know,
Oh,
I
Yeah,
know. Like,
season
It's
2.
so good.
I thought we
I know
finished
it's
it.
good. We did not
And
finish
he was
it.
like, we did, and I was like, well, what
There
the
was, like,
fuck,
two-
man?
You would
He's
know-
like,
you would
we only
know.
had like one episode
we
left.
had to
like,
we
what
had
are
to catch
doing?
up on the last episode, and then the internet does what the internet does, and it just memed the shit out of
Yeah.
him getting his ass beat, and it just killed it for me because I think what had happened was in this like period of the world, it was spoiling shit's just lame in general.
Yeah,
it
it
really is. But people
it's
were
sad
going
that
out
the
of their
actors
way.
and everyone has to be like, don't spoil the movie for anyone. It's like
Yeah.
that
Yeah.
should be a given.
Yeah,
Yeah.
people were going out of their way to spoil stuff at that point, and I know that it doesn't change that I haven't seen it, but it really takes me out of it. Like it
I get it.
completely just turns me off.
He's
to the
ruined
idea.
stuff for himself, like Googled like characters on the show
unintentionally,
and like accidentally ruin the ending and be like, well, fuck, they all canceled it, just turn it off. And I'm like,
didn't
I was invested, man.
Someone-
Like,
someone ruined the last movie we saw together for you, right?
Yeah. It was, what was it? Damn it.
Was
No.
it Doctor Strange? No, not Doctor
Black
Strange.
Panther?
Yeah, actually, I think a part of it was Black Panther.
Jeez, man, I would be so devastated.
Oh, yeah.
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 That's why I'm treading really lightly on talking about The Last of Us, even though it's been out for
But
a
not
while,
just
the
outwardly
game,
saying Scott
but-
Lang's
Well, that's
dying.
because
you
not.
know?
That's
Yeah.
Even that for me is like, now I'm gonna be
expecting
watching
it.
to see if he's gonna die.
he has been calling this shit for like 6 months.
He's been saying it for.
They already did it to
It's
Guardians
happening.
too.
To be fair, I've been holding a poster on the streets like Scott Lane's gonna die. He's gonna die.
He's made so much money doing this. People are like, we don't know Scott, but give that man a fucking $1.
That guy looks hungry.
I don't want your money.
Here's a water. That's the first episode of
Wow.
season 3.
Welcome
Thanks.
back.
Welcome back.
Yeah. So I
Right.
mean,
Is there anything you guys want us to talk about in the future? I'd really like to know what you guys think. Give us a fucking progress report,
Yeah.
man.
Give us a progress report.
DM
know-
us.
Are we
Tell us
making
about
A's?
anime you want to
Scares.
see too.
Don't send us a progress report unless we're making A's.
I'm gonna make like a fillable
That's gonna
PDF.
make
Are there
for you guys
topics you want us to
fill
talk
out.
about? Actually, before we end it real fast, just quick, I want to take like less than 60
yeah,
seconds.
go for it.
Who would win in a fight, Thanos or Darkseid?
Fucking Dark Side, man.
I'm gonna go with Fabian because he knows more.
Hell yeah.
Like, I don't
I'm
know
also
enough
going
about
to go
Darkseid.
Darkseid.
Hell
Does he have his?
Thanos lost
Does he
in the
have the
Avengers,
gauntlet?
though.
Even if he
Fuck it,
did.
let's all go
Yeah, I was about to say, I feel like
Darkseid.
Darkseid's got it either way.
I don't think so. I think if Thanos has the gauntlet, I think he wins.
It'd be a little
go.
hard.
Let's
Just a
keep
little.
this argument going. We don't have to do it necessarily here. We could do it in the
Yeah.
comments section, but somebody had asked us that, so I
Message
forgot to say
us.
it out loud.
Tell us who
Comment.
wins.
All right, but yeah, find us on our social medias, Nerd Social Hour, on everything, TikTok, Instagram, Twitter. We don't even use Twitter. Facebook.
But we haven't.
We have it, though. That's what counts.
Email us if you want, like whatever episodes you want. But until then, this has been an episode. Thanks, guys.
Yay,
We're
welcome
back.
back.